going on, guys?
Not much, Joe.
Yeah, you see it. I appreciate you guys letting us come out and do this. It's pretty damn cool. So I got a list of questions, basically interview questions that I wanted to ask you guys that I thought some people who listen to this podcast might be interested in hearing about. So how long you guys been doing this?
21 years. This is our 21 year here.
Yep. How'd you get in?
All my life.
How'd you get into it?
My dad was a butcher.
Oh, okay, so it's a patriarchal thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right on. That's awesome. So, all right, I'm going to fire these things off, and you can answer them quickly as you want, or you can take your time, and we can shoot the shit about it. So,
okay.
The first one I have on here is about weather. Now, I know over the past couple days we've had it's been really, really windy, and you guys said that you've noticed a real decline in the amount of deer that have been coming in, as opposed to years in the past where opening day of rifle you'd think you'd have shitloads of deer. So my question is, how does high winds affect deer movement, or rather, how does it affect the amount of deer that you guys get in here? If it's real windy, do you see a decline in the amount of deer brought in?
Oh yeah, absolutely. This was our worst year. Saturday was super windy, so we hardly seen anything yesterday. 15, 20 deer maybe at the max.
Yes.
What's a typical opening day of rifle?
Probably 80, 90.
Easy.
Wow, and you think that was because of the wind?
Oh yeah. And they're all coming in today. Since it was nice and calm today, everybody's going to hunt today. And it's been cold. People holding on to their deer, so.
You got people rolling in here now.
Oh yeah, it's been busy all day.
What about rain? How does that affect deer? Do you get less when it rains?
It don't seem to affect them as bad as that wind. You know, people still go out in the rain, but that wind it makes the deer lay down too, I think. You know, I don't think they move as heavy.
What about snow?
Then everybody's out. Yeah. Everybody likes to hunt that snow.
So you think maybe it's more that rain might stop people from going, so you'll see a decline because of that?
Yeah. Right. And I think that wind just makes them deer lay down.
Okay. Is there a noticeable difference in meat quality depending on the shot quality? Like, so say a gut shot, do you think that affects the meat?
Oh yeah. Each shot's going to have something different in that deer. Like, you might not think you hit the shoulders, but it might blooded them, you know, so you have blood streaks in there. We cut all that out, and you're going to lose some meat.
Yeah. So.
And then not cleaning them out, you know, washing them out and taking care of them the way you should. You're going to lose some that way too.
That was another question that I had. What would you like to see people do when they're field dressing? Like, do you like to have them cut the ass out? Do you like them to wash it out? Do you like them to leave the hide on?
Yeah, get all that out and just wash it out really good, and it'll make your deer a lot better. Yeah.
Make a big difference on taste.
Yeah, and try to get it to us. If you want to bring it to us, don't hang on to it for 3 days, because then I can't keep track of how long. You know, once it gets to us, we can know pretty much how long it's been dead. And
so the quicker to get it to you, the better.
Yeah.
Okay. What time of year do you think produces the most amount of bucks?
Early muzzleloading season.
So what time of year is that for
October
people who don't?
28th?
Yeah,
we seen more bucks. Then that bow season had just as many bucks as it did the muzzleloading season for a week.
So the first week in November?
Yeah, it was just awesome. It was just all big deer too. Nobody had nothing little.
What's the biggest buck you guys have ever had brought in?
We cut a 244 pounds. My buddy shot it down in Cecilton, Dale Thomas.
Wow,
It's been a while ago, but me and her cut it up.
It was huge.
And I think the doe was 204 pounds.
Wow, so not that big of a difference between the biggest doe and biggest buck.
It was a big doe. He was looking for a rack on it, but you know when it's hanging there, but it was a doe. I think it missed the state record at the time by like 7 pounds.
Wow. What about as far as antler size? What's the biggest buck you've seen? And
we've seen drop tines. We had double drop tines on that one. Cool. It's just we've seen a lot of different. I think the biggest one I've seen was 27 3/4 inch spread.
Wow.
It was a 10 pointer.
Man, that's a massive buck.
Yeah. We see so many racks and stuff. We used to hunt a lot and shoot something nice and bring it up here and then just cut the horns off. Yeah. We're gonna get it mounted and we're coming up the road. But we see a lot of big deer.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Where are they usually from? Are they from lower Maryland, like lower down on the shore typically, or around here?
County brings a lot of good
Harford
ones
County's
in.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected that. I would have figured Kent would be more.
Yeah.
But I guess it all depends on where they're coming to bring it to.
And you know, they've been shooting these bucks out of like 10 little acre lots, you know. They've been there for a long time.
Yeah, they're suburbs deer.
Oh, yeah. But we've seen a lot of them big ones.
What about broadheads? You guys see a lot of old broadheads in deer carcasses?
Yeah, we'll see a lot more now. People going to shoot them with the rifle, we'll see a lot more wounds in them. It's got the broadhead and arrow so in them.
Now, do you see more mechanical than you do fixed, or
a lot more mechanical anymore?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh, that'll make you want to steer toward the fixed blade.
I hear you. I've seen some that didn't even open, but
yeah, that's like my greatest fear. I think when I'm shooting the mechanicals, that it doesn't open, and I've lost 2 bucks that I shot with mechanicals. Yeah, so I've kind of steer away from them anymore that I use them.
Yeah, and there's like a 4-inch cut all the way through the deer,
Yeah. If it does, well, so you mean as far as damaging meat?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it makes a difference in that regard as well. Yeah, I never really thought about that. Well, I appreciate it. That was all the questions I had for you guys. If you guys got anything that you want to add in, put it in there?
Nah.
No, I just want to thank everybody for 21 years of. We have a really good group of people, good customer base, and we appreciate each and every one of you.
Yeah, well, we appreciate you guys. You guys always take care of us. You always do awesome cuts. When everything we get from here, we love it. So we appreciate you guys.
I appreciate it.
Thanks for letting us come out and do this again.
Yep.
Take it
Thank
easy.
you.
See you guys.
Hell yeah. You on there?
Yep, we're on.
Okay. Well, the mics are all. If you want to spin that camera, because I can edit that stuff out as far as the camera spinning and shit. Well, I think that was pretty informative stuff. Any of that stuff surprise you guys?
Not really. I mean,
It's all kind of it supports what you already think a little bit, you know. And muzzleloader bringing in that many deer, a 244-pound deer is, that is a monster deer.
that didn't surprise me as much as the 204-pound doe. That is a mammoth doe.
Dude, can you imagine you shoot that doe and you go to drag that thing out and you're like, what the fuck?
I mean, first of all, you go to pick it up from the get-go and it's 240 pounds with guts in it.
Yeah. Yeah, John's coughing just thinking
Oh
about
my
it.
God.
He's out of breath. That is a mammoth of a doe.
Yeah, that's insane.
That was something that I've always wanted to ask a butcher, and I think I've asked a butcher before, and I got kind of a different answer about how they like them processed or field dressed. But that's something like, hey, you heard it here. That's how they want you to field dress your deer. So make sure you're cleaning them out, rinsing them out, and make sure that you get the asshole out of them. And they prefer you to leave the hide on them and try to get them here as fast as possible.
Yeah, I know when I gut a deer, and I've been meaning to ask you guys this. When you gut a deer, do you slice from the asshole all the way up to the sternum? Because I know when I do it, I do what is called a bikini cut. I just do the stomach.
That's what I did.
I don't expose the hams.
Okay.
Because if they do hang it with the hide on it, those hams exposed, that shit'll dry out, and they got to cut that out.
Huh. Okay. Well, yeah, I expose it. I'd cut right all the way through. So
yeah, I don't do that.
That's interesting. I'll have to switch that up.
Yeah.
So you don't cut all the way through.
No, I'd go from the top, I guess what would be the top of the pelvis up to the sternum,
Okay.
and I
Do you ream out the asshole?
No, it used to be how I felt, but now I do it every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I got the puller.
Does that
Dude,
work?
it works.
Yeah. That's kind of nice because sometimes it can be tricky cutting around the butthole
It works.
and getting that thing out of there.
Especially
Yeah.
if you don't have a sharp knife, it can get tricky.
Yeah, it can be tricky. But that's good. Now we know exactly how they like a deer to be field dressed.
Yeah.
I think that's important. It makes their job easier.
Yeah,
and
if you
also the shot, man. You heard it from the horse's mouth. It will affect the quality of your meat if you make a bad shot.
Like you shoot it in the shoulder, it'll blood it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and mechanical broadheads. What
Once
we've been
again,
saying.
Another tick on the con for them. So, man, it really makes you want to stay away from them.
Yeah, I know if I spine shot a deer and that broadhead is stuck in the spine, I make sure to write on the ticket, broadhead still in deer. Please be careful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's
like that.
nice.
That's good. I bet they appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yep. And then they're probably making fun of you the whole time they're cutting your deer up. Too.
Well,
this fucking
I'm sure they do.
Well, you want to lop your finger open, or
Yeah, better to make fun of me than to just fillet your finger.
Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah. Well, gentlemen, I don't know about y'all, but I think we're going to have to wrap this one up. I'm going to get out in the deer woods. I'm going to kill me something. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for coming out if you came out to see us. We appreciate it. We will see you next week.
Bye.